Welcome back, everybody. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to create our technical drawing. So our drawing sheet for specifically our puzzle cube. So what am I going to be looking at? First, I have my fully assembled puzzle cube here. I'm just rotating right now. What we're going to be doing, I'm going to go ahead and do this kind of blue piece in here. So a good way to kind of identify a piece is just left clicking on the piece you want. So all I'm going to do is if I left click maybe on this green one here, you notice on your left hand side here, kind of with your components and documents, sketches, everything here, piece number 4 kind of has this jagged highlight over it. That's the piece that I highlighted here. So I'm going to hit escape 2 times. If I left click maybe on my yellow, piece number 5 is highlighted. So I'm going to be looking for the blue. So when I left click on my blue, piece number 2. So piece number 2 is what we're looking for. Now, the way I get into my technical drawing, I'm going to go to piece number 2 and I'm going to make it my active component. So remember, if I right click and go to activate, or if I just hover over the name and I hit this bullet point, active component. Now piece number 2 is active. What I want to do is I want to turn off the visibility for all my other shapes. So I'm just going to use my eyeballs right next to the names up here in the top left corner. Turn the eyeballs. There we go. So now I have piece number 2, blue one, all ready to go. So from here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to right click on piece number 2 and going to create drawing. So it's very close to new component, but I want to go to create drawing. Once this window pops up on the right hand side, I'm just going to click OK. Don't need to change anything here. It's going to load. Give it a second. Give it a second. All right, so this is what we're looking for right here. I have a whole new drawing sheet with this draw view menu on the right hand side. This is what we're doing. So the first view that automatically comes in here is our front view. So right here, when you go to orientation on the menu that popped up, we want front. This is good. I'm not going to change the scale or anything right now. We're just going to keep it as half, perfectly fine. So this front view is going to be one of 4 views that we want actually in our drawing. This is going to be the bottom left-hand corner. So like the bottom left-hand corner here, top left, top right, bottom right. I'm looking to place it right around this area. So right here. There we go. Now once I left click for 1 time, my mouse is kind of now free. It's unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So now this view is going to come up. First thing I want to do here is I just kind of want to delete this title block down here. We don't need this. So if I just left click and drag, I can kind of highlight in a way. I can kind of highlight my whole thing. Once it goes blue right here, you can hit delete. Or alternatively, if you just left click when you kind of get this black outline, kind of when I'm hovering, once you get that black outline, hover, you left click, and you hit delete on your keyboard. Not backspace, I want to hit delete. There we go. So now I can even move this more however I want. So this is our front view. I want this in that bottom left-hand corner right here. This is good right here. Perfect. Now, this was our base view. We need to do something called projected view. This is going to be in our top left-hand corner up here. It's going to be the second option, projected view. Once I click on this, this is going to help create our top, side, and isometric. So once I hit projected view, it's the same thing like before using sketches and extrusions. It's that blue outline. That's the tool that we are using. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my front view. This is kind of my base. This is where I'm starting from. It's going to create the views from here. So when I click on this, I kind of get my shape, and this kind of when I rotate around, I get all my other views. So the view I want is I want to right. So I'm going to go to the right hand side. I'm going to go vertically, like up vertically here. So this is going to be my top. Then I'm going to get another one here at like a 45 degree. This is going to be my ISO. Once I get all 3 of these views with the blue tint here, I'm going to hit OK. So I'm just going to move my mouse to the green check mark. There we go. This is exactly what we're looking for. A top, front, and side in our isometric. Now, the only view we want here to be actually shaded or like the actual color / appearance is the isometric. So I'm going to double click on this, and now I can go ahead and for the style here, I want to make this shaded right here, top right. Shaded. I can hit close. There we go. Now this is shaded. So from here, once we have this, This is a good starting point. We're going to be doing this for all 5 of our shapes for the puzzle cube project. We're not done. The next part is actually placing our dimensions. So just like before, using our dimension tool, we can select the line or select edges. I think edges are very helpful when we're actually doing these drawing sheets. It's a little cleaner, easier to I really look for what you're grabbing. So in our case, the dimension tool is right here. Oh, where did my mouse go? It's right here in the middle. So I'm kind of hovering over it on the top right. Kind of has a sunshine under it. So it goes create, modify, then geometry tab, then dimension tab. So I want this right here, the dimension tool. When I click on this, it's the same thing before. We can if I zoom in on our front view here, we can snap the corners, grab edges, everything like that. So what I'm looking for here is if I zoom in on my right side, this is my right side view. This is where my height comes from, my height dimension. So I'm going to do the bottom of the shape to the top of the shape. And I'm just going to click my corners. So I'm going to click this bottom left-hand corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and click this top left corner, like it's the top side right here. And now this will come in automatically at this angle because just the way that we hit the corners. So all I'm doing to kind of move it from this 3.16 to 3.0 is just moving my mouse a little bit to kind of rotate to the correct position. So I'm just moving it kind of down towards me. And then there we go. I get this vertical dimension. Once we get this is good. This is our height dimension for our right-hand side. This is done. The next one we need is our width. Width is going to be a horizontal dimension, so left to right of the top corners. So my left-hand corner right here, right-hand corner right here, and then I'm going to make my left to right dimension right here, this 2.0. There we go. Something to notice as well. This is 2.0 because I have 1 cube, 2 cubes. So if you have anything with a decimal, like 0.16 or 0.14, that's definitely wrong. Everything should be 1, 2, or 3. And all even. So 1, 2, or 3. So 1.00, 2.00, 3.00. Last but not least, I'm going to get my depth. So I already have my height down here on my right side view. I have my width for my front view. The last one I'm going to be getting is my depth for my top view up here. So this is going to be another vertical dimension. Now something to note, this 3.0 here for the height is not the same as the depth on the view. And we're going to be going over this in unit 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my top right corner, bottom right corner, draw this dimension out to a little bit. And here we go. This is it. So I have my height dimension coming from the side view, my width dimension from the front, my depth dimension from the top. So this is a drawing sheet completely done for our puzzle cube project.